Hi there, everyone. I want to give you a quick rundown on how course sales works, specifically for those organizations that are first aid training companies. First aid training companies have particular needs, particularly the fact that they have a lot of students come through and need to get trained, much more than those organizations that have, say, full qualifications. You could actually be doing thousands and thousands of students a year as a first aid training organization. And what's more is you've got a whole lot of training courses you're offering. You know, those organizations might be delivering up to 6 or 7 different courses, and it can get a little bit hairy to manage that. You've still got to collect all the same event data. You've got to do things like verify USIs. You've got to have certificates sent off or statements of attainment sent off to those students. And you've got to make sure you manage the trainers who are doing that delivery. Frequently, too, we find that organizations who work in the first aid training arena have trainers who find their own business. So they work as co-providers, as subbies, they're called on occasions. And you basically have to try and manage that sort of expectation as well. So I'm going to quickly show you how to jump into course sales and log in. So here we've got the login window. I'm going to click on login and let's jump in there, and I'm going to show you around course sales. So the first page you get to, I'm going to zoom in a bit here so you can see it easier. There you go. Bit of zooming in so you can hopefully see that quite nice and easy. You can see here we've got the, when we log into course sales immediately, we've got the ribbon at the top, which allows us to basically be able to, you can see at the top here, this is the ribbon. This allows you to navigate around course sales. You've got the different tabs, and the tabs will show you different icons that take you to the lists of the various records we've got in course sales. So this first tab here, you can see courses, takes us into the course dates, which are the dates that are scheduled to be delivered. We've also got the documents, and the documents are a record of the enrolments on the course. So let's go straight in. Let's not beat around the bush. We'll go straight into the Publish tab. This is going to take us to something called the Masters. Okay, so I'm going to add a new course. Click on the Masters button there. If I click on that, I'm going to get a list of the masters, the course masters that I've got set up. These are the templates of my courses. And I'm going to click on the green button here. If I want to create a new 001 First Aid CPR course, click on that green button at Add to Date. So the master contains all the basic information, and the masters, once they're set up, they pretty much stay constant unless you've got units of competency changing. So once we're here, we can choose our dates. So if we want to select our dates, we can select multiple dates. These are the start dates of the course. So I'm going to run this course, for example, 4 times on the 8th of June, the 10th of June, the 19th, and the 24th of June, and I add those to the list. Now you can also either use a rule, so you can add courses every week, every Monday, for example, for the next 5 months. You can also paste in a series of dates if you've got them from a spreadsheet that you've been using to calculate that information. Okay, so once I have these dates determined, I can go through and remove any if I want to. Then I've got to select my venue. Now my venue isn't available from my lightning bolt drop down there. I can click on this plus button here and I can add a new venue. And that allows me to add a new venue straight away. Nice and easy to do. So if I click down here, click deliver one in Queensland on their conferencing centre. And here we've got the pricing that's already been told. We've been told what our pricing is because this pricing is determined on the master. Okay, so there's actually very little changes we have to do here. We can basically go away straight away and click on add. I'm going to click on add in the top right hand corner. If I wanted to add some more courses for a different venue, I could click on apply, select the dates, choose a different venue, and then click on add or apply. So I'm going to click on add. It'll take me back to my list. This is my list of course dates that I've already got scheduled for this particular 001 CPR course. And you can see there, you've got some bookings there on that course. You can see here, we've got a few numbers coming up, which is good. These numbers indicate the number of inquiries. And those are the people who have expressed an interest in the course, but haven't yet had their USI verified. So if I want to add a student onto this course, I want to do a manual entry. Now, usually most of your bookings that come via your website. So what they do is they come via the website through the WordPress plugin and they go straight into course sales. That's the best way to take bookings. You don't have to do any data entry. The customer does it all. But having said that, if you need, for example, to take bookings for private courses, for those courses that are being delivered within an organization's environment, you can do that as well. You can send out what's called an invitation to register. That invitation to register gets sent out to the customer, and the customer distributes that amongst those people who are going to be attending. And each of those individuals registers their details, captures all their attainments detail straight into course sales, using the web as a booking form. I'm going to click on the plus sign here to add a document. And the document is an enrollment, basically. It's an enrollment. Now, if this customer is a past customer, you can either click on the lightning bolt to get a list of all the past customers, or you can type in a name and it'll do a search for you. So you can see here, type in a name and it automatically searches for the person I'm interested in. But let's say I don't want to do that. This is a new person. I'm going to just select an enrollment. Now, if I choose an initial registration, that's just going to get me the basic details, send an email off to the customer, and they're going to be asked to complete all their attainments details. Really helpful if you're on the phone, you don't want to take all the data, you just want to get the basic information, say the name, email address, mobile number, maybe some payment details, and then get them to complete their attainments details. But we're going to go through to the full registration. Click on registration here, click on add, and bingo, we're going to be into the booking form now. So the booking form contains all the information we expect. It's going to gather information here like first name, last name. We've got some features here that allow us to hide this last name if there's only one name for the student. We've got some customized features here too. You can see here we're going to be getting the work phone, mobile phone, an email address, all these standard information, USI, etc. They can all be gathered here. And you can make it so those fields are mandatory, or you can make it so those fields are optional. When you're gathering it from the customer, it's a good idea to make those fields mandatory. When you're gathering it from the admin, good idea to make them optional, because the admin might not have all the information and require time to go and get that information from the customer. You don't want to slow down the booking process. So I'm going to enter my details in here. I think I've only made a few things mandatory here, so I should be able to click save. Let's have a look. Click on add rather. Click on add. Okay, so here we are with the booking form. This booking form, you can see it. We've done the registration step. I've got the details in here for the student. Now, if we want to progress through the various stages of a booking form, in this workflow area here, we choose the different process steps. Now, if I click on the lightning bolt here, you'll see I've got a number of different steps. We're going to have USI verified, which is going to be applied with a bit of luck once that USI is verified. We're going to have assessment passed if someone's carried out an assessment as part of this course. One of the big things about course sales for organizations that are running first aid is you can set up self-marking assessments within course sales as part of the workflow. And that enables you to have a nice smooth flow for the student, enables you to evaluate the theoretical knowledge of the student. You can even make it so they have unlimited attempts, so they always get 100%. And that's a good way to operate. You also have the option of sending a statement of attainment to the student. You can also send a statement of attainment to the customer contact. Now, customer contact within course sales is, for example, the manager for the medical center, or it could be the co-provider who's delivering the training on behalf of you as the RTO, and they want to receive the statement of attainment so they can forward on the statement of attainments to the customer directly once they know that all payments and things have been completed. And of course, you've got the option to cancel the booking too. So I'm not going to go through each of those stages, but I'm going to show you up here on the right hand side, you've got this ability to transfer students pretty easily into other courses. That's just a few steps away. You can go through and transfer someone, but we also need to make sure we update the outcomes on the booking. So I'm going to go down, I'm going to show you how the outcomes of the units of competency need to be updated. You can see here for this course, we've just got the HLT AID 001 statement of attainment. We need to click on the edit button here, and this will allow us to update the outcome. So we can see here, we can select a competency passed, and if we want to, we can set a different end date. Now we don't need to, we can just have the outcome as passed, not specify an activity end date, and then we can save it and it'll be fine. It'll use the end date that you find on the course date itself, okay? So unless you're planning on having your students do additional work beyond the course, which most first aid training organizations don't, but unless you do, you don't need to have an end date there. So I can click on save there, and then what I'll do is I'll click on apply, and hopefully you're going to see these details updating within the system. It's a pretty good way of keeping things up to date. Apply here, you can see the competency has been achieved for this particular unit of competency. That's a great way to confirm that you've given the student the right information. And that means that that unit of competency will appear on the statement of attainment that gets sent to them via email. So that's pretty much it. That's showing you how to add a course, add a student onto the course, update the outcome for the student. All you got to do now is send the statement of attainment, and pretty much that's done for that.